Councillors, and welcome to tonight's virtual full council, and thank you for attending this evening. Quite important because of the audit requirements, hence why we had to reschedule. So agenda item 1 is apologies.
Apologies have been received from the Deputy Mayor, Councillors Derek Abbott, Lee Bridges, Vicky Hammett, Nicola Harteveld, and I have received apologies from Tammy Stevens.
Thank you. Agenda item 2 then is
sorry, Mr. Mayor, have you received apologies from Councillor Sinnott?
No, I have phoned him today.
Am I able to give those on his behalf then? I was at a meeting with him last night and he told me he wasn't going to be able to attend this evening.
Councillor Woodham, do you mind if I don't accept them? Because he does know, and it has been reiterated recently, about sending an email in or contacting us before.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So agenda item 2 then is declarations of interest. See, if we were in the same room, we'd all hear Councillor Sharp going, he has no interest now, but thankfully he can mute. But Councillor Woodham?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, under agenda item 11, the annual report, there's reference within that to the Torch Theatre and to Milford Haven Town Band. So I feel I should make a declaration of a personal interest in relation to that matter because of my connections with those two organisations.
Okay. Councillor Sharp?
I better then under the Torch one, please. Thank you for personal.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, agenda item 3, question and answer session with members of the public. I'm not aware of anything, Madam Clerk.
No, nothing.
Okay, agenda item 4 then is news from the Mayor. I haven't got anything additional to share with you this evening that we haven't already done so. Same with agenda item 5 being the Mayor's engagements. They were shared ready for Monday's meetings. And then agenda item 6, the same, council engagements and community activities, all that's been shared. So as long as we're happy with those and no questions, then I'll continue on to the next. Agenda item 7 then, feedback from councillor representation on outside bodies. Is there anyone that wishes to update us on anything that they've been up to?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay. Thank you. Agenda item 8 then is questions about debate pursuant to Standing Order number 6.
None have been received.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Agenda item 9, minutes of the meeting of the full council held on the 9th of June 2025.
Move receipt.
We've got a seconder.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, all those in favour? That was unanimous, thank you. Agenda item 10 then is the cemetery report, April 2025.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, I'd say move receipt as it's for information only, unless anybody has any questions.
Cemetery? Did you say cemetery?
Yeah, cemetery. Yeah.
Cemetery report for April 2025. I would move receipt unless anyone has any questions.
Nothing for me. Anyone else?
None.
Okay, all those in favour? Thank you, unanimous. Next one, agenda item 11 then, the annual report for the Milford Haven Town Council. So that should all be in your report now. Councillor Sharp?
Yeah, can I just ask out of interest who put that together, please?
I did.
Well, I think it's a very comprehensive and well-structured report, so I think you should get a thank you on behalf of us doing that, if you don't mind me saying, Mr. Mayor.
No, fully agree with that, as does, I'm sure, all the councillors here.
Especially the pretty picture on the front page.
Okay, so you've clearly made Councillor Sharp happy because it has pictures.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question about it?
Yes, please, Councillor Jones.
Something general power of something or other. I looked up into it and I was just like wondering why we haven't.
You have to have a clerk who has the Silca qualification, which I've got. We just have never pursued it. But I think it's something that now that Wales Audit has raised it, then it's something we should look at this year. Fiona's
looked
very
into it.
close.
Yeah.
Fiona's very close to getting her Circa too. That's the qualification that if once you become a clerk, you have to have it within 2 years. Please don't ask me what it stands for. At the moment, I couldn't tell you. But yes, that's once you've got that qualification, it shows you've got enough knowledge to do not to use the S137, to use the competence one instead.
Right. So could we put a motion or whatever to look into it further?
Yeah, that's just the intention, is to during this year now is to look at that and implementing that. Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you. Sorry.
That's in the letter from the internal auditor, yeah? Madam Clerk, sorry.
It is in the audit report. Yeah, it's a question Wales Audit have asked.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
couldn't say
so
we were doing it. Yes.
we'll come to that in the next bit then. So just the annual report for now. Is there any questions based on the report or any comments? Councillor Woodham, I just heard Councillor Sharp then.
Sorry. I was just going to ask Mr. Mayor. So hopefully this will be approved now this evening. What then happens with it?
I submitted to Wales Audit along with the audit documents on Monday.
Does it go on our website?
Yes, it does. Yes.
It does. Okay. So I think it should go into the public domain, shouldn't it, as part of
Yeah,
that?
they do every year, Guy. They do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Okay, and any other comments? Councillor Jones.
Sorry. The other question.
Sorry.
What are we actually doing with regards to the parks and play areas and the allotments as well? Was the other one I was going to ask about. Because I know it's ongoing, but I hadn't had heard any updates recently.
I have spoken in the last it was probably about April time to PCC. They've promised to come back to me, which I'm going to chase to come back about the CAT, the community asset transfer. As for the allotments, that seems to have gone by the wayside at the moment. That's something we'd have to look at again.
And the parks?
Well, that's part of the community asset transfer.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. Any other questions on the annual report? Otherwise, we'll move receipt.
Move received.
Okay.
Seconded.
Yeah. And all those in favour? Oh, can't find my camera there. Thank you. Agenda item 12 then is the audit report for 2024-2025. That's the financial breakdown, I think.
So, Mayor, what section was Councillor Jones referring to in this?
I think it was in the letter from the auditor, wasn't it, Madam Clerk?
No, it was the Milford Haven Town Council report 24-25. Hang on a minute, if I can see if I can find what page it was.
Didn't even get them.
Sorry, were you on about the first question that Councillor Jones raised around the general powers?
It was when the clerk was answering the question, she referenced to the answers she'd given, I thought, in this document. So I was just making sure I'd understood what the clerk had said, and I thought it was in relation to the question that Councillor Jones had asked.
Yes, it's under the annual governance statement, I believe.
Right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Number 10.
Can't find it now. I scrolled on past.
Yeah, number 10. Yes.
Number 10.
And
right.
my response then is under the disclosure notice.
Can I ask? Can you read that for me, Babs? Because I can't find it.
I found it now. It was under future plans that I was on about.
Yeah, it's right in the annual governance statement as well.
It's your first question, I think, Councillor Jones, not the play parks.
Right. Oh, I thought it was in that bit. My bad.
Councillor Gray, do you still want me to read it out?
Yeah, please.
General power of competence. The council resolved, we have to agree this, the council has resolved to adopt the general power of competence set out in Local Government and Elections Wales Act 2021. My response was, The Town Council has not discussed adopting the general power of competence as yet. This matter will be raised during 2025.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so Mr. Mayor, what I would say then is obviously the clerk has addressed that. So
Yeah.
I would say we just need to make sure obviously that does happen in 2025 because
Yeah.
I don't understand exactly what the requirements are of adopting the general power of competence. So I'm guessing the clerk will do a report to a future full council.
Yeah, I assume it'll be a future agenda item then,
Yeah.
Madam Clerk.
Yeah.
If it obviously accepted tonight, which I'm sure that it will be.
Yeah.
It looks quite interesting.
Yeah, something different.
Would look interesting.
Okay, any comments or further questions on the audit report?
Move received.
Second.
Okay, we've got a second, yeah, and all those in favour accepting the audit report? Okay, thank you, that's unanimous. And then agenda item 13 then is the letter from the internal auditor, so from Ian Einan.
Is that on there?
Yes, the last page in the agenda pack that the secretary emailed out.
Yeah, I was just said to follow.
Oh, it does say to follow on the agenda item, but in the actual pack it is there.
The very last page, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
The only thing I was going to ask Mr. Mayor was on point 4 about the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Just to have an understanding in terms of what we are going to do, because before we know where we are, I know it's only June, but it will be having to finalise, won't we, what's happening with Christmas lights. So it was just for an update really on what the position is with looking at a new contract for Christmas lights and how that's likely to progress over the next few months.
I've spoken to our electrician, Barry. He's already indicated that if we go to tender again, he won't put a tender in. He can recommend some other people. He tends to just give us the same cost year on year out. But saying that, we can't just keep with him without tendering. So I'm gonna have to speak to him again, face to face. But I've got no intention of doing anything this year, or this financial year.
Yeah, I was going to add, at the public events this week, we did recommend, obviously that'll go to full council for ratification about the Christmas lights for this year, so it's already in progress. Yeah.
I think this matter has been raised by Wales Audit, and the internal auditor saw it. Some council in Swansea hasn't had a tender process done for many years. And I think probably about 12, and they just raised it as no, not good practice.
So
Councillor Gray?
can I just ask that? So for it to go to tenders, is that mandatory? Or can we personally just have a service NSLA, service level agreement?
It should go to tender every so many years, just to keep in with the Wales Audit, because we don't know if you're having best practice. We don't know if you're having the best cost, but at the moment with Barry, I'm sure we are. And I'm sure it's going to be more expensive with somebody else, but that's something we're going to have to look at maybe next year.
Yeah, that's just my concern, is that one size doesn't fit all, especially if you're in West Wales with the lack of opportunities for local people.
Yeah.
That's just my concern.
Okay. Councillor Woodham?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Don't ask me to quote it, but I believe it's covered in our financial regulations that given the amount that we're talking about, we have to, by the financial regulations, go out to tender, and it will be it'll be in a set number of years. So in terms of the contract, you're saying, Mr. Mayor, that we're going to proceed as is this year. When is the contract itself? When does that end then? Because that would in itself trigger a tender exercise, wouldn't it, under the financial regulations?
That's a good point.
Barry has been working with the town council since I've been there, and I've been here now for 4 years, so I'd have to look at the contract he's got. The problem we've got is that we're already in June. To do something now is going to completely mess up the precept that we've had the money for, because we're going to be looking at more later on in the year. I'll have to start looking at it and then work out the
Yeah,
costs
I-
coming in for next year, but I
I-
do wish the Barry would continue.
Yeah, I would suggest, Mr. Mayor, that we need to have an understanding of what the position is with the contract, because if the contract has ended or is going to end before Christmas this year, then good governance says that we should be doing something about it. So whilst it might say we have to tender, we've got a good argument that this year there isn't sufficient time to do that. But I think as a full council, we probably need to make that decision as soon as possible. So if we're able at the next meeting to know when that contract is up, or if it has already expired, then we're able to make an appropriate resolution to say that we will proceed on current arrangements for this year, and that we would then look at the matter at the appropriate time. And I don't want to say to tender, because we might as a council decide not to do that, but I think our hands may be tied on that. But at this point in time, I think we just need to be showing good governance in relation to how we're managing it, especially as it's been raised by Audit Wales, in particular with another authority on it. We don't want to end up with our name being raised in a future audit report, do we?
No, okay, fair point. I'm sure Madam Clerk will take those points for when we discuss it'll be at the next meeting actually, won't it, the public events recommendations.
All the stuff we've already got.
Okay, any other questions? Sorry, Councillor Jones, your hand's blurry. I just saw it as you started moving it.
That's why I thought I better move. Is there any reason why he doesn't want to go to tender, Babs?
From what I understand, he's been ill most of this year. I just don't think he wants to start another process of tendering. I don't honestly know other than that.
I'm just wondering if maybe any support, do you know what I mean, showing what he did last time or whatever, do you know what I mean, to help him put it together might help.
I don't know. I mean, he was quite adamant he wouldn't, but I need to see him face to face, and then we go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Councillor Beavis-Morrissey.
Just a question. If he doesn't continue, he stores all of our equipment, doesn't he? So what's going to happen with that then?
Yeah, yeah, that'd be something we'd need to consider in the tender process.
Okay.
Councillor Gray.
Yeah, can we ask, we have got an updated itinerary of what we own, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe we need to keep that in hand.
Yeah. Okay, so unless there's any other comments or questions about the letter, Councillor Davis.
I'm just wondering, I noticed that the change in the lamppost in Hamilton Terrace, were we informed about that?
I believe that Barry was anyway, and we've got copies of correspondence between him and the Trunk Road Agency.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure we were aware, because obviously the grey, horrible looking ones with the temporary measures whilst they went off for repair, they're just now going back.
Awesome.
Councillor Davis?
I just like to think that it's nice to see Barbara back in the fold here. We've been missing you, Bob, so welcome back, and I hope you're feeling well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, can we move receipt on that then, unless there's anything else?
Yeah, move receipt.
Councillor Gray then did a seconder, I'm sure.
No, I just wanted to ask, what is the time scale
For what, sorry?
for when we have to look at the new contract?
That's something,
Next year, by the sounds of it.
yeah, that's something that the clerk's going to confirm for the next meeting when we discuss the recommendations from public events for this financial year's Christmas lights.
So 24, 25 is covered, so we're looking at 26, 27.
Right, 26.
But once we get the contract, we know if there's any more time, or if it's time to move on a new tender.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we've had to move receipt. Do we have a seconder? Okay, all those in favour? Thank you very much. I think that was it. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate it's Friday evening and we're taking up your time, but we needed to make sure that we minuted the audit information so that the clerk can now get that submitted for us.
Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.